Something special is happening in Montreal. In the shadowed spires of Montreal's Forum ghosts, where the echo of 24 banners still whispers through the winter wind, can a single overtime flicker reignite a city's frozen heart, thawing the doubts of a decade's winter? October's chill had settled over the Bell Center like a benediction. The 2025-26 season dawning not with fanfare alone, but with the quiet gravity of renewal. The Montreal Canadiens, heirs to a dynasty etched in silver and lore, returned home after road skirmishes in Toronto and Detroit, their young blades sharpened by early scars. It was the home opener against the Seattle Kraken, a clash of expansion embers against eternal flame, under lights that bathed the ice in the hue of forgotten glories. The arena, that sacred coliseum cradling 21,000 souls in red, white, and blue, hummed with a reverence rarely stirred in recent years. A mosaic of faces weathered by playoff droughts, yet alight with tentative hope. Lane Hutson, the pint-sized Phenom defenseman fresh from his extension ink, patrolled the blue line like a sentinel reborn. Cole Caulfield, the sniper with a poet's precision, carried the weight of a franchise's fragile optimism, while Ivan Demidov, the Russian prodigy, skated as if the ghosts of Lafleur and Savard urged him forward. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. As the puck dropped on that fateful Tuesday, October 14th, the pregame hush fractured into thunder. A video tribute unfurled on the Jumbotron, honoring Ken Dryden, the Hall of Fame guardian who slipped away to cancer's quiet siege mere weeks before. Bob Gainey's voice, gravelly with the timbre of 70s conquests, read passages from Dryden's own The Game, each word a bridge across eras, evoking the cerebral grace of 6 Stanley Cups. The crowd rose as one. A standing ovation swelling like the St. Lawrence in spring, tears tracing cheeks beneath tricorn hats, the air thick with unspoken vows to the patron saint of habitant resolve. The game ignited in fits and starts. Seattle's Kraken coiled with veteran guile. Jared McCann's early strike a dagger from the slot, met by Kirby Dach's riposte to level the ice at one apiece. Caulfield danced through the second. His wrist shot a whisper over Joey Decord's shoulder, igniting cheers that rattled the rafters. Yet the tide turned treacherous. Seattle surged ahead 4-2 in the third. Wait, their shots a barrage from the periphery, testing Samuel Montembeault's pads like waves against Quebec's cliffs. With 2:41 ticking inexorably toward despair, Demidov seized the fray. A no-look saucer pass from Hudson threading the needle, the rookie's instinctual deflection tying it at 4 apiece. The Bell Center erupted, a primal roar that seemed to lift the roof, fans pounding seats in rhythmic frenzy, scarves aloft like battle standards. It was more than a goal. It was defiance. A 19-year-old's audacity echoing the unscripted magic of the Forum's fabled shifts. Overtime descended like a duelist's dawn, 3-on-3 shadows slicing the neutral zone. Hudson, that elfin architect, gathered the drop from Suzuki, his vision a cartographer's dream, feeding Caulfield at the circle's edge. The winger cradled it, deked left, then unleashed, a roofed prayer over Decord's glove at 3:25, the red light pulsing like a heartbeat restored. Silence gripped first, profound as a confessional, then pandemonium. Gloves flung skyward, embraces in the crease, the crowd a sea of surging blow, chanting, "Ole, ole, ole," until their voices cracked like thin ice. In that frozen instant, as Caulfield wheeled away, arms outstretched to the adoring throng, Martin St. Louis pumped his fist from the bench, his eyes alight with the vindication of patient alchemy. Private murmurs in the tunnel later surfaced. Hudson to Demidov, "Kid, that's how we build cathedrals," a nod to the blueprint of belief amid rebuild's rubble. The aftermath cascaded like champagne from a cupped chalice. Netflix's cameras captured the ovation's third wave for the architects Jeff Gorton and Kent Hughes, whose 5-year extensions were announced that dawn, met with fans' thunderous endorsement. Social feeds ignited. Habs Rising trended from Montreal's bistros to global screens, clips of Demidov's deflection amassing millions, dissected with the fervor of scribes illuminating manuscripts. Quebecois outlets dubbed it Le Réveil Bleu, the Blue Awakening, a revival for a province parched since 1993's bitter cup teas. ESPN panels pondered the $250,000 preseason raffle jackpot, drawn amid the din, a communal windfall mirroring the night's shared salvation. Fans flooded timelines, their posts a quilt of quiet awe. Dryden's spirit skated with them tonight, one elder wrote, while youth proclaimed, "This is our era dawning." Deeper currents stirred in the historical tide. The Bell Center, once a fortress unbreached since February, now pulsed with the lineage of Richard's Rocket and Beliveau's Grace. Seattle's visit, the first home opener against the original 32, evoked the league's expansion ethos, yet Montreal's rally reframed it as Heritage's quiet conquest, Hudson's bobblehead night looming as prophecy fulfilled. Fan reactions wove through the night like threads in a tapestry. Zachary Bolduc, the Quebecois import lighting lamps in every tilt, earned whispers of Perrault's ghost. Suzuki's steady hand drew comparisons to Carbonneau's steel. Even rivals nodded. Ottawa's forums buzzing with reluctant respect, the preseason sweep now a prelude to rival infernos yet to blaze. As the final buzzer's echo faded into the forum's spectral embrace, a fourth ovation crested. For St. Louis himself, the player-turned-prophet whose walkout playlist had serenaded the squad with eclectic anthems, culminating in the Hab chant's familiar thunder. It was unscripted poetry, the crowd's love a balm for seasons sown in sorrow. In the shadowed lofts post-victory, fragments of communion emerged. Stink! Lewis clasping Montembolt's shoulder, murmuring, "You held the line like Dryden would have." The goaltender's nod sealed a pact in sweat and salvation. Now, in the contemplative frost that blankets victory's glow, what does this Montreal miracle murmur of sport's eternal pulse? It whispers of resilience's quiet forge, where a tribute to the departed ignites the living. Dryden's legacy not dust but dynamite for a squad still a-borning. Ponder the humanity laced through every shift. Demidov, the prodigy adrift in a foreign tongue, finding home in Hudson's Pass, a tableau of mentorship's unsung verse, where the rookie's instinct honors the elder's map. It's sportsmanship's hidden code, rivalries as crucibles, melting isolation into inheritance, the loser's grace a silent salute to the victor's valor. And in the Canadiens' ascent, we trace legacy's deliberate weave. From the unforgiving juniors of Val-d'Or to the Bell's unyielding glare, this home opener's fire isn't fleeting flash. It's the tempering of trials, doubt distilled into daring. It asks us, in our own rinks of routine, do we skate for the score or the story that sustains us through the chill? This crescendo delves deeper into virtues carved beyond the blue line. Brotherhood here transcends brackets. It's Gorton's vision and Hughes' gambles, affirmed in ovations that echo ownership's faith. In a league of ledger-driven logic, such nights reaffirm hockey's heart, not mere metrics, but the mending of a metropolis's morale, one deflection at a time. Contemplate Resolve's subtle insurgency against despair, the way Caulfield, post-drought desolation, channeled critique into clutch, his overtime arc evolving not from rage, but from reckoning embraced. It's a parable for every pursuit. Legacies grow not from flawless frames, but from fractures we fortify, each bruise a brushstroke in the story of becoming. As the arena's afterglow dims to dawn's pale light, St. Louis's words in the scrum slice true. Ken's book taught us the game's deeper game. Tonight, we played it with heart, not just hands. This win, it's for the fans who've waited and the